All right, so made it back from my hitch on my rig. While I was out there, Ian Hughes, who produced the K9 model that I was making, sent me some files on a 3D 1:1 scale Dalek he'd been working on. So I was taking a look at them out there, so I've decided to put them into production now. So what I'm going to do is on the TronXY, the big machine, I'm going to bring in one of the base files and test it out. So I'm going to take the front left. So this is right at the bottom of the Dalek, and you can see Ian's done some great work on there. So I'm going to use the 6mm nozzle, but I'm going to flip this around because the way it's printed, you need a lot of supports for that overhang. So I'm going to come in here, spin him over. Whoop. Whoop. Always fun doing this. Lower it to the build plate. There it is. And rotate it a bit more so it goes basically down the build plate. And then on the settings, I'm going to come in here and give it a 15% infill. On the walls, up it to 3 walls instead of 2, because at the bottom of the Dalek it's going to take a lot of the weight of the rest of the pieces on top, so I want that to be good. And then the new Ultimaker Cura 5.81 settings, it's got these features for hiding the seams, so I'm going to put them onto the sharpest corner and activate the hide seam, so it'll try and keep them out of sight. So looking at this bit, which is the top, should have a nice smooth finish from the glass. I've turned off supports, I've turned off any brim, so it's just going to print straight onto the glass, so there's no build plate adhesion. And slice it away, save that to the memory stick, put that in there, save to disk. It goes. I'm going to give that one a test on the TronXY, see how it comes out. And what I'm also going to do, flip this over to the Neptune 4 Max and open a couple more files. And this time I'm going to take the sphere and the mounting. So these are the balls that go up and down the skirt. So I'm going to have a play with them. Play with my balls. All right. I know, a terrible joke. But right, I'm going to take these, flip them over so they sit flat on the base. There we go. Both of them are down. So I'm just going to put them side by side. See them there. So this is the molding that will go onto the skirt, and the ball itself fits into it. This is the new series, the brass Daleks, not the classic ones. You can see the screw holes there. That'll come through and locate into this. So I'm going to give this a go on a fast setting. That's a 0.2mm layer height. Again, no build plate adhesion needed. no supports needed. Just going to slice that away, see what it does. So it's saying 2 hours 46 minutes. I'm going to save that to a removable disc and print that on the Neptune format. There we go. We'll see how those come out. Catch you later. So I've set the printer running. It's got the first few layers down. You can see it's doing a bunch of infill work there. So everything's looking good so far. It's adhering to the glass bed. I'd preheated the glass bed for about 20 minutes, get it up to temperature. Made a slight tweak when the first layer went down and brought my Z-axis up a bit. I always like to watch that first layer go down and see if I need to raise or lower it just to make it look really smooth and tight on the glass bed. So right now it's running at 60 millimeters a second. Reckons it's got about 35 hours left to make this piece. We'll see how that goes in reality. So I brought my Z-axis up to 3.9. It was at, I think, 4.1 from the last time I used it. And just bringing the glass bed up and down, you can get a variation at times. So bed set for 65. I'm printing the PLA at 215. Fans and speed all set at 100%. So just keep an eye on it and see how it goes. Right, so the base for the sphere is finished, so now it's just concentrating on completing the sphere. What are we up to now? 45%. Been at it for a while now. It's been doing it for an hour and 44 minutes. Says it's got 2 hours and 2 minutes left. That's it, looking good so far. Keep an eye on it. Yeah, so it's moving along rapidly. Quality, even on this fast setting, looks beautiful. So this might definitely be the way to go. I've got to print loads of these damn things to cover the skirt. So, yeah, I'm definitely impressed. I'm still going to run on a better setting to compare after this, but yeah, I definitely think fast is the way to do it. Okay, so the Neptune's finished these in 2 hours and 39 minutes. So you should just pop off the bed. There they go. So that's your base. That will attach to the actual Dalek skirt. And you can see the screw holes in there which will come through the skirt. Here's the actual Dalek ball itself. So let's see what it did with the hide the seam, and it really has hidden the seam. That looks beautiful, even on that that setting. So yeah, that looks beautiful. So what you're allowed to do is you spray this with a dark color. This will be done with a bronze. Then once you've sprayed them, that can then attach to the Dalek skirt, and you you know, a perfect finish between the different colors. So yeah, that is awesome. I like that. So I'm just going to try another one with a different setting, just to see if I can change the infill, perhaps make them a bit faster. But yeah, I'm very happy with the finish on that. That is excellent. All right, thanks. Okay, so coming to look at the print here, see how it's getting along. So it's showing 8 hours in, with another 30 hours to go. There's like something happened there, don't know what. Looks like it wasn't, perhaps it's going to come and fill that in later. But other than that, infill and everything else looks fine. Pretty damn solid. Well, there's a bit of leftover bits of plastic at the corners. Now I did put this this print to test those I don't think what the hell they were called, the seams, to hide the seams, and I'm wondering if that might have anything to do with those Cura settings, but we shall see as it carries on printing. But all in all, I wondered if I put too much infill in, because it's almost looking solid. Of course, that just might be that bottom layer that needs to come out, but we shall see. Right, give it a few more hours and I shall come back. Right, so it did come back and fill in that line, and these lumps that I saw here, they're actually part of the design, kind of like bolt holes to give it that sort of military feel. What I should have done though is I should have put some supports under them, but they seem to be printing out okay, so we'll see how they come out. I might try it with some sort of support when I did the other 3 sections, but all in all, it seems to be coming out good. There's a nice lip on there. The infill seems to be about the right amount, and it really is looking tough. So let's keep it printing and keep our fingers crossed that it suits the purpose. Good morning, everybody. So we're 21 hours and 54 minutes into the print. Still got 16 hours left to go. Let's get up here and take a look, and it is looking beautiful. So yeah, chugging away quite merrily there. So, yep, very pleased with that. And I'll let it carry on, and we'll go and see how the spheres are coming. Oh. Notice that's managed to tuck the filament under the bar there. Let me go and free that. There we go. That's better. Yeah. Right. Time for a cup of tea. Right, so the 4 Max has finished another, off it comes, another sphere and mount. This time it was using the 0.15 layer height, the normal profile. So let's see how that compares. To the original one I did, which was a 0.2. So again, finish wise, really don't see that much difference. Feels a little smoother. But whether it's, especially when I'm going to be producing these in bulk, whether it's worth the effort, probably not. Well, I'm going to go and give this a quick spray. I'm going to try a different shade of gold and see how that looks. So I'm going to take this into the garage and get the paint cans out. So here's the 2 spheres. That's the first one I did with the 0.2mm layer height and the pure gold finish, and this is the one I did with the 1.5 layer height, which looked better at the time, but then I put the metallic gold finish on it. And I think the problem with the metallic gold is that it brings out all the lines, so to me it actually looks worse than this. So if I'm going to do metallic gold, I'm going to have to do a lot more finishing on them, probably layers of primer and sanding, whereas this, I think it's good enough to just screw on. So I think all in all, I'm going to go for the 0.2mm layer height with the pure gold spray, and then go for the aged bronze on the main parts of the casing to give some contrast. What's this thing doing? Making some strange noises. That's making a bit of an enterprise now. So, but yeah, I think that's where I'll go with that. Now the base that's still got, yeah, that's still got a few hours to go, so that will be finished around about midnight. So once I've got that, I'll get a quick look at it, perhaps even spray it black to show how it'll look finished, and then I'll cobble together a YouTube video on it. Alright, catch you all later. 4 hours, 35 minutes to go. Hang in there, keep going. Okay, so 2 hours ahead of schedule, it's finished. I'm impressed. So, bed's still cooling down, so it hasn't come free yet. Oh, yes it has. There we go. Ooh. Oh yeah. Look at that there. That is one beautiful, smooth finish. So, yep. Oh. So, there we go, first part of the base. So that'll be the upper section. So there's another 3 pieces to go with that. And then of course the skirt sections, and then I got to run off them spheres, but yeah, that is gonna look good. So I'll paint that up and give you a better idea of how it looks. I'm gonna sand off those pieces there just to get rid of them layer lines. But yeah, I am impressed. That looks pretty good. So, Dalek is on its way. First coat of matte black going on. I'll let this dry off, do the other end, and apply a second coat and see how it looks. But all in all, finish is looking excellent. Next thing now, I think I'll try one of the skirt pieces. That'll be about an 8-day print. So I'm gonna set the printer up for that, probably change the filament roll and get it going. Time for a big print now. So this is the skirt front for the Dalek. I preheated the bed, same filament roll that I used to do the base. I'm going to use the last of that. It's estimating 174 hours and 33 minutes. That should be about 7.25 days. I think we'll see how that comes out. So the base took 2 hours off a 1.5-day print. So hopefully this will go a bit faster as well. So I'm just going to keep an eye on it to start with, because I want to make sure I get that first layer down nicely. So get ready to make some adjustments to the Z offset. I'm printing it with a brim. So we'll see how it gets on. So get my finger in the frame there. Oh. So doing preheating the nozzle. It shouldn't take it too long to want to do a filament change. I'm sure I'll get that within the first day. Come on. See what we got here. Oh yeah, there's the nozzle temperature going up. Okay. Down goes a purge line. Oh, I think I hear one of my friends arriving. Hey, Dusty. Hey. Won't be a second. I'm just setting the Z offset on this. Be about 2 seconds. Just got to watch this first thing go down and make sure it's sticking. Oh yeah, that looks good. Actually, I think a bit lower. Squish that in a bit. Just got to get that first bit of plastic line down to make sure it doesn't come off the glass.
It gives you one of those little, I have one too, little scaffolding. way you can walk around.
Yeah, put it around. Might be easier than balancing on top of this thing.
This is what I use when I'm doing showers and stuff. Because I can put all my buckets up on it, but they're only like 3 feet wide, so it doesn't take up much space.
Let's see how this last line looks, and then we can go and get a beer. How was the movie last night?
I didn't get off in time to go. I ended up not getting home till like 7. I'll do it tonight or tomorrow. Sometime this weekend.
Okay, that looks good. All right, we'll leave that run. Okay, so here's the skirt, 3.5 hours in with the infill going down. Oh, looking pretty good. I have a feeling I could have put less infill into this because it's looking pretty solid there. I used 15%. I probably could have gone down to 10. But so there's the brim around it just to give it some better adhesion and protect any curling that might happen. But yeah, it's looking good so far. Only 170 hours left to go. Yep. Checking in on the model, so we're nearly 7 hours in. So we've got the main base down, now it's starting to do the walls. And I gotta say the reel's holding up better than I thought. I thought I'd have been changing that by now. And it's looking really good. So it's doing well. So I'm gonna keep on checking on it every few hours. And I'll catch you all later.